Hi, my name is John Wazio, and this is my speech. The emergence of technology has changed society as a whole. It has made it easier for us to get through our everyday life activities. Little things like getting us to places with a GPS makes driving a whole lot easier. Sending a message to someone about sending a message to someone about something specific you want, you can just instantly do it with your phone instead of having to wait or emailing the person. We're here to talk about the increase in technology and how it leads to more bullying in society. First, the rise of technology makes it easier to stay in touch with our peers and family, even total strangers in the world. We can see every day what our friends are doing with their lives by them just posting messages or pictures on their social media accounts. But there are some issues related to the emergence of technology and how it has created more bullying. Cyberbullying has never been more common than it has now. Most of the time it takes place between teenagers, which leads to devastating impacts on the teenagers when years to come in the future and for their families. To begin with, what makes online gossip so cruel is that someone could just post things under anonymously. So they could type something all mean and it just comes up anonymously and no one knows who's saying such cruel things about someone. Also, this allows these posts to be read by numerous other young people anywhere else in the world, which makes it easier for people to join in and become part of the bullying. So, for example, if someone makes an odd tweet and it gets surfaced across the country, and everyone just chimes in and just make rude remarks about the person. Online bullying can include spreading rumors about someone, posting incriminating pictures of someone, or even cyberstalking someone. Bullying can be seen on Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and anything else that you could type stuff or send pictures out. But there's some bullying can be seen as a thing where people that wouldn't say in person because they're behind a computer. So they like when you're online bullying, you would say things on a computer that you would not say in an actual person, which makes it a lot easier to say mean things about someone. Teens not only get bullied at school, but the emergence of technology in society lead to bullying anywhere now. They can be bullied at home or anywhere because they can just look at their phone and see all the rude comments that someone is making about them, which is really sad because that means they can be bullied anytime, anywhere, and you can put yourself in a bad mood all the time. Instead, we should be teaching ways to teach our children to talk it out with each other to prevent people from getting hurt. If we can if we can get them, be hard on them to do this because we know what it's like to be a kid and how it's like when you're an adult and how you want to grow up. Next, we should think about as adults about how our kids should have access to technology. We can stop our kids from bullying online if we just don't give them the access to technology, which should be hard, but if you really want your kid to not be a bully, you can do that. We can also, as a society, put the emergence of technology as good use. For example, have a media account for teens who are having problems getting bullied. That way the victims can talk together, relate to each other, how they're feeling, and maybe become friends, and maybe less bullied, or just ignore the bullies even more. Lastly, one of the most emerging problems of bullying involving technology society is teens nowadays are sexting each other. Sexting is when one person sends another person a personal body part or a personal picture that it's only meant to send for them. Sometimes those pics will leak out and get around, and maybe even get advanced to social media for everyone to see. Those personal pictures that you share with someone you trust them and gets out has to be one of the worst feelings ever in the world that someone has to deal with. It can lead to people thinking lowly of you, your family could get involved, it could be a whole mess. Having like you could get in trouble with school with those pictures going around, and maybe even prevent you from getting a future job or a job you are currently in now. This part of access to technology we have today could put some really hard, devastating problems on someone, which leads to one of the most problems we have today is the emergence of technology leads to suicide. Suicide is becoming a factor with bullying nowadays, and it's just not good. And we could prevent this by just having less bullying and then less online access to bullying to prevent these kids from going through these things. If we can't put the immersive technology for good use, prevent bullying, and let the immersive technology increase bullying, we're letting the bullies of the world win and not letting them lose like they should be. Alright, that's it.